Welcome back, creatures.
What's welcome, creatures?
And he was so welcome.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
It's alive! It's alive!
What's your favorite scary movie?
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! This is my boomstick!
Welcome back, creatures. I am Penna Palmer.
And I'm Grim Grinning Gabby.
And we are so happy to have a second episode.
We made it!
Round of applause, round of applause. Thank you so much. Wow, it's been a week and some.
Okay.
We hope everybody's doing good on this hot summer.
I'm sweating now.
Because boy, it is what? How many degrees is it outside?
I think it was 99.
Oh my God, freaking shoot me. And I wore black pleather.
Stupid leather pants that don't even fit!
It's really smart.
It looks cute.
Thank you.
Outfit's real cute at Chipotle.
Choice. I was sweating, getting swamp acid in me. Anyways, what are we doing, Gabby?
Moving on.
Oh, and we have some news, don't we, Gabby?
We do.
What is it?
We will be doing a live podcast at the Scare Fair October 30th in San Bernardino Fairgrounds in Victorville, California.
Hey, it's going to be so hot.
Man, it is hot out here!
We got asked to be part of this lovely little fair that's coming up for the Halloween season, and they got about, over 50 vendors. Mm-hmm. We are right next to Joe Bob Briggs.
I'll probably kick my own ass.
So that's really exciting.
Briggs! Oh, Briggs!
And we're around a couple other, little horror celebrities around there, and I don't know why we got chosen, but hey, we're there, we're representing.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
We will be shooting a live podcast for you guys to watch with us and come enjoy us, and we will also be hosting the Scream Queen competition. So, ladies, get your best scream on, and we get to choose who the winner is. The best Scream Queen. Show us your best Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper!
I love being a judge. I love judging.
Show me what
Judging face. Are you more of a Paula or are you a Simon? Randy?
Randy Jackson from American Idol.
Well, I mean, I did work on that show.
You did.
So I would be more of a Randy to a Simon. Not so much of a Paula.
Awful.
Paula if I've eaten, Simon if I have not eaten.
Yeah, I agree with that for you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, have a Snickers, Sarah. You're not yourself. And I'm like Simon, then I eat it. I'm on Paula. I'm like, straight up now. Tell me.
Yeah, that's extra. Yeah.
Moving on.
So that's what we're doing. And come and join us October 30th over at the Scare Fair. We're excited. You're excited. Everybody's excited.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm thrilled.
We're going to be talking about horror comedy or comedy horror.
Comedy. Jen, you're supposed to be the highest note. Comedy.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, we have Jen in the room today.
Yeah. Comedy.
Comedies.
Comedy.
Jen, comedy. Good thing you're a really good mermaid.
Yeah. Put a duct tape on her. Damn.
I'm going to go ahead and go into just a little bit of history, a little bit of background of horror comedy. I really like doing research.
Yes, you do.
Nerd alert!
Did I do it the night before it was due? Absolutely, but I was in it.
It's all right. As long as it's done, nobody cares.
So horror comedy actually started in about the 1920s due to stage. A lot of playwrights got bored with just the normal, they meet, they fall in love, this and that, they die, sadness, and they wanted to add something silly, like a silly aspect to it.
Mm-hmm. Trying to write something funny here, okay?
So the Cat and Canary was one. It's the Cat and Canary, the bat, the gorilla. Very simple names.
Animals were very scary to these people back then, huh?
They were extremely scary.
Well, people used to get
animals.
killed by animals. Yeah.
So that would make sense. But the canary? Whatever.
Watch out for snakes.
And those also got turned into movies later on in time. But you have those movies, and then from there we rolled into doing silent films. So silent films kind of took over and did those. And then from the silent films, we got Laurel and Hardy. So Laurel and Hardy really took, which I had two fish named Laurel and Hardy. Laurel and Hardy really took off with doing their own, what was it? A Live Ghost and a Haunting We Will Go.
So slapstick comedy with horror or just spooky things at that time.
And again, in that time, anything was spooky.
Right.
It's scary. Finally, Albert and Costello were able to find that balance of actual, like, jump and scare, and then comedy with, you know.
And when did Adam and Costello?
Who the hell is that? Abbott and Costello.
Hey, Abbott! When did Frankenstein come out? Do we know?
The Universal one?
Yeah.
Duh.
When did Universal Jen, you need to do research. This is why you're here.
Come on, do it now!
When did Frankenstein come out?
Why are you the way that you are?
What year was that?
1931.
Oh, right at the cusp of the early 30s.
Which would make sense because Albert and Costello were like, I think 1933.
Frankenstein, and they do Dracula too, right?
They did The Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula. Frankenstein was the one that had all of the monsters. So that's why it was popular, because you had Bella coming in and he's trying to bring all the monsters with him.
OG Monster Squad,
So he had yes. Yeah, actually. It never dawned on me, and I love both of them.
Yeah, it's kind of like the first Monster Squad, I guess. Which is neat.
That is neat.
And then because of that, it kind of also took off, like, Bela Lugosi wanted to do more fun movies. There's a movie called Zombies on Broadway. It's a good thing.
What?
Were they tapping?
They were tapping and dancing.
My arms don't work. My legs fall off. I'm a zombie. I'm a zombie.
Wow.
Bleeding from my ears.
The hit song from the 1932 shows.
I'm a zombie. Coming up for you, kids. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, Maestro, what's next?
And then 60s was introduced to, they did more, I don't know why I was doing this. They did more television. So like the Munsters.
Right.
Addams Family.
Family friendly.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Sitcom.
So from there, then they rolled into 70s, and 70s was just psychedelic and weird.
Drugs?
But 70s also provided us with
Rocky Horror. Yeah. Right? Which came out in 1975.
Yeah.
Five.
But that's where it was kind of the 60s into the 70s. And then the 80s, the 80s said, thank you very much, we'll take it from here.
We'll take it from here.
Which kicked it off with, Sarah, you know this movie, you said the last one, 1981.
Oh, well, there's a couple in them, but Evil Dead?
Evil Dead and
Groovy.
Your Dad and
Student Bodies.
Yep, that one right there.
It was the parody world that started to happen, because now film industry at this point has had a lot of horror movies that have been introduced, and now it was the time where people got used to the tropes, the typical the characters that were in it, that now you can actually start to pinpoint it and then make fun of it, hence campy, hence parodies.
90s and 2000s was like, okay, we see you, we raise you. Scary movie.
The best of the best of the best, sir.
Because more time has gone by.
Yeah.
So now there's time to make fun of all the new movies, and the Wayans brothers completely capitalized on that. I mean, Wayans brothers started their own show, too, with, like, the In Living Color days. So they are kind of kings of parody comedies. Them doing the Scary Movie franchise was the most brilliant thing they could have done for, I think, their entire family and their careers. Which they actually kept a lot of In Living Color cast in the movies, like the teacher in Scary Movie 1, who's like smoking and pregnant, makes out with the student. She's from the cast. I forget her name, but she's definitely one of them. And then they left. They left the Scary Movie franchise, and then some corporation took over and just kind of ruined everything, where it became just kind of fart jokes left and right. And I love a good fart joke. Boy, do I. It almost blew me away when I heard a fart joke. Fart jokes are such a gas.
Get off the stage, you dick!
I'm so proud. You're so good. I'm blown away by the way you did that.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And then they did like spin-offs of it too, not just of horror, but then they were like something movie where it's like action movie.
Oh, yeah. They just started
just
making fun of all
romance movies. Yeah. Hated it. Hated every single one of them. They were terrible. Hated it. Bring it back to In Living Color. Hated it. Snaps in Z formation.
Hated it.
So we have been talking about horror comedies now for what? About a week? 2 weeks?
2 weeks? 2 weeks?
There are so many horror comedies that are literally considered horror comedies, but how about the movies that are not considered horror comedies, but for some reason makes you laugh?
I'm confused.
And so Gabby and I got talking into that and like, which movies do we think or have made us laugh that weren't supposed to? So we did a poll last night for you guys, and you answered.
Thank you so much.
So let's see the results and let's see what we put up. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Now, to remind everybody, this was of movies that are not supposed to be funny, but are funny. But some of y'all didn't
Maybe
get
misunderstood the assignment.
Wrong.
And that's okay.
Fine.
That's okay. That's okay. So the first one up was Scream. The OG Scream. This is the first one. I'm not asking about the second, third, or
Not
fourth.
the
We know they're
series.
funny. But just the original Scream. And 75% of you said yes. Wow. Only 25% said no. So what made you laugh about Scream? Was it the characters? Was it the the little hidden innuendos? I mean, there's just something campy about this damn film.
My mom and dad are gonna be so
I think for me, it was like the hidden, like I mentioned earlier, Wes Craven dressed as Freddy being the janitor.
Right.
That's funny.
A nod to other horror. It's kind of like a parody and a very self-aware horror movie, but yet still scary as shit. So I think it absolutely classifies as a horror movie that has comedy in it.
You mean funny or funny strange?
The second one up was
A masterpiece.
just the stupidest of all the Jasons, and if you ask me, are Friday the 13th, and this one is Jason X. Holy Toledo. You guys answered, and you delivered, and you said yes. 65% of you said yes, this is a horror comedy. 35 said no. And let me tell you this right now. Just the thought of anything in space,
Unless
any
you
horror...
are alien.
Right. Things that are supposed to be in space.
Yes.
Not Jason.
How about space ghost, you're the mom.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid that you just can't help but laugh at it. Like, somebody actually wrote this, got this greenlit,
Yeah.
I love it.
and somebody paid to have this film made.
They were serious about
Oh
it.
my
They were
god.
like,
Shut up and take my money.
And they made him like a metal hockey mask. He looks like the damn Terminator. Like, this is so stupid. This is such a stupid film.
What the fuck is that?
Terrible. Next. M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Gobble.
The Happening. And 69% of you said, no, this is not funny.
Not funny.
Now, this is where I disagree. I disagree. No, this movie is absolutely hilarious because it's so bad you cannot help but laugh. Trees attacking people, making them plants kill themselves.
We're trees.
And to top it all off, the worst casting to ever grace the audience is Mark Wahlberg as a scientist. Marky Mark as a damn scientist, and when he talks about, like, it's the plants.
Tell us what to do.
I need a second, okay? Why can't anybody give me a goddamn second?
And everything. And I just don't buy it with his New York accent. It's
his boss. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just gonna go to the bathroom, plant.
That's
all I
it.
need.
It's scary, huh?
It's so bad, and I do like M. Night Shyamalan's movies sometimes, but this one is a no for me. But
Is it
you guys,
M. Night Shyamalan? M. Night.
it's Shyamalan.
Okay,
M. Night Shyamalan.
got it.
Shyamalama Ding Dong.
Mama Juju Boo Boo.
I don't know why I say Shyamalot. Maybe because it's Spamalot.
Shyamalat?
Spamalot.
Next. Oh, one of my favorites.
Teethers.
Teeth.
Try less teeth.
You guys voted yes, this is a horror comedy. Ugh. I don't know if this movie was intended to be a horror comedy or not.
We're just like, we're gonna make a cult comedy.
But as soon as that girl stood up, when her vagina bit his you-know-what off,
I'm sorry, what?
and it just the camera angle of her legs, and then it just falls.
with
like,
the thud sound, the
I can't with this damn film. It's so stupid. Yeah, but I can't help. It's a total revenge woman film, totally.
I am a woman, full-bodied and sensual.
It says it's a winner here. Winner of what?
Probably
it's
like
a wiener. Winner. Jess Wilkser. Whatever the hell that means,
I
prize.
think it was probably in a what's those things called? Jen, help us out. The South by Southwest film festivals. Thank you for being there. It's probably in a film festival and won something.
It says up here on the top of the poster, the most alarming cautionary tale for men since Fatal Attraction.
Fatal schmadal.
Oh, it says that?
Oh yeah, they're putting it up there with Fatal Attraction. Listen, she ain't no damn Glenn Close, okay?
But boil your bunny.
Well, you guys find it funny, and so do we. Congrats. Next is The Wicker Man, Nicolas Cage's The Wicker Man. And 51% of you said yes, 49% said no.
That was real close.
That's really close.
And that's
really?
alarming.
You guys don't think this movie's hilarious? Come on. Now, I understand the original is kind of creepy, and it's the first, like, Midsommar, kind of weird culty.
A cult. A cult. Our family joined a cult.
You know what? I said it earlier about this film. Maybe it's not the movie that's funny. Maybe it's Nicolas Cage's acting that's funny. Example here. You see what I'm saying?
Next!
Halloween 2.
Good evening, I'm Michael Myers.
This one's my personal favorite, and I recently just watched it, and it says, "The nightmare isn't over." And 51% of you said yes, 49% said no. So this is another close one. Yeah. This is the most boring of the Halloween franchises in my eyes, where it's just Laurie in a hospital the entire time, just kind of in and out of consciousness. It's weird. But I will say what makes this movie hilarious is the ridiculous random special effects of like car crashes, hits, kills. And I said it on my Instagram earlier. I was like, who directed this? Freaking Michael Bay?
Hi, I'm movie genius Michael Bay.
Michael's crap.
Because there's a freaking car accident that like hits this kid, and then it gets dragged over into a car and just explodes in the biggest freaking fire. And the cops are like, "It's okay, leave it alone. We don't think it's Michael. We'll just leave it." And everybody just leaves, and this poor kid just died with the car burning on fire. And it's one of the damn funniest kills I've ever seen in my life.
That's funny!
Next up is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Ghoulishly ingenious, it says. 78% of you said yes. Hilarious.
Thank you.
22% said no.
Loser.
And okay, let's be honest. The Nightmare on Elm Street franchise got really ridiculous as each one went on. The first one was scary as hell.
And he wasn't even in it that much. It was just all psychological.
Yeah, and then for some reason the directors decided we're going to have fun with this character, and he almost becomes like a caricature of himself, and it becomes Nightmare on Palm Street, you know, like.
But then you're like, oh, look, he's on a broom as a witch.
Yeah.
Outside of your window. What just happened?
Freddy as a witch.
I'll get you, my pretty, and yours of soul, too.
When you think about his history, you're like, he's an absolutely evil human.
Oh, yeah.
But then they turned him into like, away, guys. And you're like,
pun joke.
funny.
Yeah, he's punny, all right. Damn, Freddy. I mean, they had some great kills of the franchise. Probably the most unique, entertaining, and creative type kills.
Yeah.
I think Freddy has, because it is a nightmare world, and which means anything kind of goes.
Anything goes.
He can turn himself into anything. He's kind of terrifying in that sense, but comedically, I can't tell you how many times he said the word bitch in so many different ways. Die, bitch. Prime time, bitch.
Bitch, 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 oh, bitch, bitch.
And you're like, you know what, Robert Englund, I enjoy you. I enjoy you so much.
And then we also did a poll of like, did we miss any movie that you guys think isn't normally classified as a horror comedy, but find it a horror comedy? And you guys came through. Exorcist 2, we got Seed of Chucky, which I do believe the Chucky franchise is kind of comedic, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Freddy.
I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Evil Dead was brought in here. Agreed.
Groovy.
I don't think the Evil Dead, first Evil Dead, was meant to make us laugh.
Yeah.
I don't think they wanted that. I think they were wanting something a little bit different, and it was very low budget. But then as time went on, they were like, Bruce is the selling factor. He's an asshole.
Honey, you got real ugly.
Guy, let's make it funny. And they did. Hence Army of Darkness.
Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
House on Haunted Hill remake. So the one that came out in the 90s, I assume, with Jeffrey Rush. Do I find that funny? No, the original with Vincent Price. We watched it recently.
Skeleton coming.
Well, so the old woman, like, I would find the original House on Haunted Hill way more funnier than the remake.
Yeah, the remake I didn't like, because it also had the head that just, and I don't like that when it moves real fast. Like it just goes, like the doctor would be like, oh yeah. Ew, I don't.
Freddy vs. Jason is also on here. Jennifer's Body, the Leprechaun franchise. We got this one a lot.
Yeah.
And also somebody mentioned to me recently, I did not know this until now that the Leprechaun franchise actually, I think it's like Leprechaun 4, takes the Leprechaun once again to space. You guys, just like Jason X, don't we learn anything?
No.
Leprechaun in space.
Also, the Leprechaun, as you said earlier, did go to the hood. It's in the title.
What?
Leprechaun in the Hood. Have you not? I saw that one.
No.
Oh, yes. So we have Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun Returns, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Oh
Leprechaun
my God.
in the Hood.
What you say about me, mother?
Leprechaun 4 in space. And then Leprechaun Origins.
Oh. They went to the hood.
Twice.
They put duh.
Well, this one says
Like
the.
DA?
THA.
The hood.
The. Because he already went to the hood. And then he went back
to the hood.
I come from the land of the Irish Spring. Dublin's the place where I learned my thing.
Somebody put The Shining, which is a great horror film, psychological film. I do not find it funny unless you find old saggy titty lady in the bathroom funny.
Which, I don't. She scared me.
She's terrifying. Or bear man giving a blowjob in one of the rooms, which okay, that's kind of funny, where it's like the door opens and it's like scary, then like bear in a bear suit giving a blowjob going, You're like, what is happening?
Man, it looks funny.
What does that mean, Stanley? What does it mean?
You don't want to know.
Shaun of the Dead, that's clearly a comedy, and it was made to be a comedy, so that's not what we're asking for.
Fail.
Wrong.
The Babysitter. Yes, I agree with that one. I actually really...
Well, that one was supposed to be a comedy.
It is and it isn't. It's kind of one of those where it has comedic moments or lines, but I would say it's more of like a slasher film. Cult of kids, you know?
It has a horror comedy. Babysitter.
Oh, forgive me.
What? I'm not allowed to have an opinion?
I like you guys a lot because you guys have really good taste in horror comedies.
I like you guys too. We like you. You want to play a game? We do. It's called Versus.
I want to play a game.
We have decided to write down 10 horror comedy movies that we like and that we have, and we're about to deliver only 5 of them, and we can cancel each other out.
The goal here is once we've delivered our 5, because we can't repeat. So if she says one that I have, I'm screwed. I have to erase it. I can't say it. So at the end, she has 5, I have 5, and you, creatures...
Who, me?
You get to decide who has the better list.
Exactly.
We'll have the poll on Instagram, and then on YouTube, leave it in the comments. We'll also make sure to write down what our lists were for you guys to see, or if you want to watch them if you haven't seen them.
Versus.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Go. Oh. Gabby gets to go first. All right. She's going to give the first horror comedy movie of her choice.
I'm so excited.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
So my first horror comedy movie, in no particular order, is Saturday the 14th.
I don't have that.
Oh, sweet thing. Saturday the 14th. Have you seen it?
No.
I need you to watch it. Okay.
Is it making fun of Friday the 13th?
Yes, but no.
Okay.
So it's making fun of the fact of like Friday the 13th, there were those dates, but it's making more fun of old Hollywood movies of like, there's a monster in the house, and just kind of like 80s satire in general.
Did it come out in the 80s?
1981.
What did I tell you about that year, guys?
We're only 1981 again.
So the husband and wife, they have a family. They move in, and I love this movie. I know my sister Lori loves it too. They move into a house. They inherit a house, and it's a comedy right off the bat. Like even how they found out they had the house. They go and like she looks across the street and she's like, "Our house is beautiful," and he goes, "No, it's this one," and it's the one falling apart and dilapidated. And they're like, "Oh." There's a part when she gets attacked by bats, and she's like, "Oh, there's so many owls around. I don't know what the owls are doing."
God, look at all these owls.
Because the parents are so oblivious to anything happening, and the kids are like, they're monsters.
So the parents are stupid.
Yes, and they're after a book.
The Book of Evil!
That whoever has the book can control all the monsters. There's a guy playing Van Helsing. You have vampires. You have the creature. You have
see this.
Ghost, where the little boy can see everything, and he's trying to warn people.
So it's a very campy.
Very campy. Very silly. Very funny.
What would you compare it to?
It would kind of be like a scary movie almost.
Okay. Is it a scary
An
movie,
idiot.
though, with more of the classic monsters?
Yeah.
Classic tropes instead of like a slasher?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So that's mine. Your turn.
Damn. Well, now I'm scared. My horror comedy of choice is Army of Darkness.
Groovy.
Did you have to cross it off? Yes. Army of Darkness is probably my favorite of the Evil Dead franchises, honestly. It's the most funniest, it's the most campiest, it's the most stupid. And then what's the damn director's name? Raimi, he had an obsession with like Three Stooges. Huge obsession, to the point where they're in Army of Darkness that is so Three Stooges, and it's probably one of my favorite parts is when the dead are finally being awoken, and then this damn skeleton hand does the whole poke on the eye, then pulls out his tongue, and it's like this whole little bit.
Yeah.
That's what sold that movie to me as a kid. And honestly, it's a really good gateway movie to get into horror movies that have still scary moments, but also really cool. It has like a little bit of CGI, but practical effects and blood and gore, and also a little bit historic because it goes back in time where the Necronomicon was made. Cool. But that's my choice.
I like it. My turn. Zombieland.
I do not have Zombieland.
2009. Everyone knows Zombieland.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson. I enjoy that because he hates coconut. Not the taste, but the texture.
I hate coconut.
Samesies. Bill Murray pretending to be a zombie.
Yes.
Like, it's still fairly recent. That we don't have to go into much, but I just, Zombieland's good. And there were moments, because for the longest time, zombies used to scare me.
Really?
I couldn't watch anything zombie. I couldn't watch Thriller. No. Like that music video.
Really?
Yeah.
They're dancing, though.
It scared me. They're coming from the grave. And it was frightening. Choreography was frighteningly good, but it was also scary.
Right.
I started seeing more comedies about zombies. And I was like, all right, so Zombieland is a good one. And then because of my body type, I've played a lot of zombies.
Yes.
A lot of zombies.
Zombie!
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 Here you go.
Young Frankenstein.
No.
This is one of Mel Brooks's famous comedies, one of the best ones he did, I would say, other than Blazing Saddles. This is his true success. And the fun fact about this, nobody wanted this damn film. And do you know why?
Why?
Because he wanted to put it in black and white.
I want color.
All the big corporations wanted it in color. And he wanted it true to the original Frankenstein.
Right. That's Frankenstein.
And he's like, no, I want it in black and white. So every big company was like, no. WB, big no. And then finally he fell on Fox and managed to convince Fox to put it in black and white for like a certain price, and Fox took it, and that's what did it. Or else WB would have had it, just like Blazing Saddles. But they wanted it in damn color. Fail, you guys.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
They didn't think black and white film would sell. Because this was the 1970s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I love it in black and white.
I do too, because
it pulls you back into that era.
It even makes fun of it. It's exactly what it is, and it's just bizarre to see a black and white film so self-aware. Definitely watch it if you have not seen it.
I didn't put it on the list because I put Haunted Honeymoon.
Haunted Honeymoon? What the hell is that?
It's a Gene Wilder.
What?
Yeah.
And at this very moment, Sarah questioned everything.
Anyway,
okay.
Haunted Honeymoon. Gene
Honeymoon.
Wilder film?
It's Gene Wilder, and it's got Gilda Radner. It was her last movie before she passed away. It was like 76, and I think 79. I could be wrong. Sorry about that.
Dear Rosanna Dana.
Dom DeLuise. They play...
Basically Mel's group.
Right. They play a 1930s or 40s couple that does radio, and they get married, and they go off to have a honeymoon at I don't know if it's their aunt's castle or something, played by Dom DeLuise.
This house is cursed.
Playing his great cross-dressing wonderful role and other places in it, and it's categorized as a comedy chiller. It's so good. It's very close to, like, it was 86. Sorry, 70. We're going 86. She passed away in 89. Or around that time. I apologize if I have all these dates wrong.
You fucking better be sorry, pal.
I'm gonna make you watch that one. You'll like it. Because there's one moment where Dom DeLuise comes. He's like, I'll come down the stairs, and then just goes down the banister instead of the stairs. Just shoom.
Love it. Who doesn't love Gene? Come on. Except for Jen. Jen doesn't like Gene Wilder, guys. Shoot her. Kill her.
Kill her, mommy. Kill her.
Well, this one's gonna be obvious. Student bodies. Well, If I was making my list, this would go on it.
I did not see that coming.
I talked about this a little bit in our first episode. Student Bodies came out in 1981. And it was making fun of, it's like the 1980s version of Scary Movie. It is making fun of all the slasher films that were coming out around that time. The main evil character in it is called the Breather. You never really see his face. Every time they show him, it's all through the point of view of the camera. Honestly, it has some of the best beginnings of any horror film that I have ever seen. Just with the simple phone call of the girl answering the phone of the mysterious caller, and he's just breathing on it. So she hangs up, and then the phone rings again, and she picks it up, and he's like, I said. And she hangs up again. She picks up the phone again. It starts drooling. It just gets more ridiculous as time goes on. And my favorite scene in this film, though, is you see the murderer, and it's all through the point of his lens, and he's walking up the stairs, and he's about to kill the two kids that are having sex upstairs. Typical horror film. And, because God forbid, teenagers have sex.
Oh, ding ding, was also wedding ring.
He's trying to find a weapon. And so he opens up this drawer, and you see on the camera every weapon is available. Gun, machete, huge butcher knife. You just see his hand go grazing them, and he's trying to pick one, and then he chooses a paperclip and literally kills the guy with only a paperclip. The entire scene, and mind you, to kill somebody with a paperclip takes a very long time, so the scene is just him stabbing at the paperclip, and the guy's like, and it just keeps going, guys. It's so stupid, and I love it, so Student Bodies is definitely on my list.
That's a good one.
The Breather.
Coming up next,
The Final Girls. Have you seen that one?
That is on my list. Yeah! You bitch.
I love it so much. Just the way it makes fun of all of the tropes, and then they're like, "What are we in? We're in a flashback." And they go back into the flashback. The story, like bloodbath, like everything about it, I love. And I like every time I think of that movie, I start singing Betty Davis Eyes. Betty Davis Eyes.
Oh, shut up!
It's so good, and if you guys haven't seen it, watch that just because of how smart it's done.
It's a beautifully shot film.
Yes, absolutely.
It's brilliant how they do it,
and making sure they hit every like 80s satire of like the virgin, the slut,
the final girl, what she looks like, the douchebag jock, typical trope, but they did it in such a unique way with an underbelly of a daughter and mother story too. So
you feel like all the emotions through that.
Yeah,
which is hard in a horror movie to like feel like every emotion.
Let's talk emotions.
They do accomplish that and really well too, and the acting's great, the characters are great, they're fun, it's stupid,
and the
but
cliffhanger
good.
at the end that you're like, what just happened?
Yeah, which I think was an homage to Halloween too.
Like Michael Myers.
Exactly, because they said they were trying to combine all 80s, and so like you'd always have that.
I feel like
that cliffhanger.
Halloween 2, that makes sense to me, but who knows. So I have two more?
Yes, because I have one more.
I mean, should I just do the obvious one? Because I want these on my list.
Do.
I'm going to do the obvious one. A Scary Movie. You better not have that on your list.
I told you in the email that I would not put Scary Movie because I knew that was yours.
You should see Scary Movie, made by the Wayans brothers. It is amazing, amazing, hilarious comedy.
We already committed murder. We might as well rob his ass.
Done in a right way, just enough stupid and just enough funny. Anna Faris sells it for me.
Moo! Moo! Motherfucker! Moo!
I love that woman. You put her in anything, and I will take her stupid blonde. Like, I will take that any day. Like her and the hot chick any day. House Bunny any day. I like Scary Movie, and that's why I chose it.
Moving on.
That's going to go with the fact that my list is obscure and may not win, and that's okay. Why? Because I love High Spirits. It is 1988. It's got Steve Guttenberg, Daryl Hannah, Beverly D'Angelo, Liam Neeson, and Peter O'Toole, where Beverly D'Angelo and Steve Guttenberg are a married couple that go to Ireland to go stay in a castle.
What is going on here?
And he thinks like, oh, I'm so excited. My wife and I have been having troubles. We're going to have a fun time. But he doesn't know that his wife's going there because her rich daddy wants to buy the castle and like either like tear it down or put a hotel, but he wants it. So she's going to basically like inspect and see. And it turns out the castle's haunted. The ghosts don't want it to be taken. And then you have You have Daryl Hannah and Liam Neeson are a married couple that are ghosts that every night at a certain time, he kills her.
How romantic.
So Steve Guttenberg's in a room and she's running and she's like, no, Martin, no. And he's like, yeah, now we harlot. She's like, no, Martin, I never. And then Steve Guttenberg sees it and like, let me try to save you. But they're ghosts. Like there's these nuns that come floating out of nowhere.
There's nuns now?
There's nuns.
Nice nun.
A young Jennifer Tilly is in this movie.
Really?
Yep.
When did this come out?
1988. High Spirits. Huh. My list lost. Your turn.
Well, I have the same problem. It's like I have clearly obvious ones. I think I'm going to go with What We Do in the Shadows. You have to cross that off. We saw this film together.
Peter. We kept quoting it.
And we went in with no expectations. We haven't seen anything about it.
No, it was that like a weird
small little theater
that only did like independent film.
Correct. And it ended up being one of the best decisions I think we've ever made.
Yes.
It takes place in modern day society. It is filmed like a documentary.
Right.
And the documentary is about a coven of vampires. And these vampires are from different decades over the centuries, from all the way from medieval to God knows when. And they all live together like boys at a frat house.
It's unacceptable to have so many bloody dishes all over this bench like this.
I'm so embarrassed when people come over here.
What does it matter? You bring them over, you kill them. Vampires don't do dishes.
It is so damn funny. It's Taika Waititi.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest modern comedies, I think, just to come out in a very long time. And then now has a spin-off with our lovely friend Harvey, who is in it on television, and that is doing very well, too. What, it's on its third season? Second season?
Swearwolves, not werewolves. That was a
Swearwolves.
Huge.
I want a
Still
shirt.
is a huge. I do, too.
What are we?
Werewolves, not swearwolves.
What a great damn movie. Holy crap. That was Versus. Way to go. All right, you guys, our lists are up. They're ready to be judged. Go ahead onto our Instagram, which is what, Gabby?
_ the Talky Horror Podcast _
_ and they will be up on there. Go ahead and take your vote and place your bets. To which 5 movies would you prefer watching in a row or whatever? And if you have any other suggestions of movies that you think should have been on that list, or even create your own 5 top horror movie comedy list, put it down below in our comments. Write them out. Let us see them. I would like to see movies that I have not seen yet.
Yeah.
How about no?
Also, if you know where we can get werewolves, not swearwolves shirts that aren't all sold out, that'd be great.
All right, so that is the end of our horror comedy talk podcast.
It's about time.
Gabby and I battled it out. We talked about the history of it, and we just had a good old jolly laughing time.
Yes, we did. We will see you guys in 2 weeks again here, and then where you can hear all streaming services for podcasts. Don't forget to leave us a review on the Apple Podcast stars. That really helps us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, tell everybody about us. Smoke signals, hire a plane, whatever you need. Thank you.
So, I'm Pinup Palmer.
And I'm Grinning Gabby. Saying thank you, creatures. Don't dream it.
Do it.
Do it.
Bye.